crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtour.com. Just a quick update before I go on with Jean-Claude. Been doing some research for the discussion of silver today. Something really interesting, and it, people hear Ted Butler say Bank of America leased 800 million ounces of silver from J.P. Morgan, and they're like, no way. The evidence is clear, and I'm going to show you the evidence right now. So there should be no question about what Ted Butler is talking about. The question should be to the OCC, the Office of Comptroller of Currencies, who keeps track of this data. Why have you not done anything about this? Why haven't you questioned why a too-big-to-fail bank was allowed to go 800 million ounces in a short lease from J.P. Morgan? Why is that allowed? A too-big-to-fail bank is on the brink of being destroyed because the OCC, Office of Comptroller of Currencies, the regulator of that bank, which is the Federal Reserve System, and the CFTC, which is supposed to regulate it, but we all know they don't. Why were they allowed to go this deep into the short position to keep prices of silver suppressed? Let me show you where we are. This is the data that came out of the OCC. This is the OCC quarterly report for the third quarter. They lag about 4 or 5 months. But it's right here in the data. Bank of America, precious metal maturities. These are precious metals, everything other than, on the precious metal side, other than gold. Now, this number is 99% silver. That has been proven many times. There's no other reason to short anything other than to keep the price of silver down. But that number right there, 18.266 billion, represents over 800 million ounces of leased silver. There is no other explanation why Bank of America did that. It had to be leased, and only one company, according to Ted and according to their own data, J.P. Morgan has been taking delivery of physical metal for over 10 years and suppressing the price. We already have proven that, and the DOJ actually fined them for it and told them you can't trade in your own house account anymore, so they use other banks. One of those other banks is Bank of America. Another one is Goldman Sachs. Another one is Citibank. They're all running their book through J.P. Morgan. It's right here, $18 billion. That equates to over 800 million. At the time, the price of silver was $21.50. It's over 800 million ounces. And look at this, though. This is from just 18 months prior. Oh, less than that. Only 2.7 billion. And if you go back beyond that, it's even worse. Bank of America was a non-player 2 years ago in silver at all. But for some reason, right when J.P. Morgan gets busted, they emerge as this gigantic derivative player to the tune of $18 billion. The OCC has these banks report every quarter specifically so this does not happen. Concentrated short positions, concentrated positions in any way, is pure market manipulation. Now, why did they do it? What is so important? It's price. It's price. Silver was running over $30. They had to do it. They had to keep the price of silver down to control the system. Now, you might think, you guys know silver is one of the most volatile commodities in the world. But why? Why would silver be so volatile? Let's look at supply and demand. Supply since 2018, 848 million supply, 833, 878. The supply is going down. Mine production is going down year after year after year, which means less silver is being supplied into the market. And you can see it, 2018 right here. Even when you add in extra recycling, I mean, it's pretty much flat. 1.017 billion ounces 2018. 2019 was exactly the same. 2020 with COVID was a little lower, less silver. And 2021 expected to be a little higher. These are not numbers that scream volatility. So it must be in demand, right? No, it's the exact same thing in demand. 998, 995, 996. 1.033. Those are tiny variations in the price of silver, except, and then the silver is not allowed to move. So what happened? Why is the price any different? It is 100% this. These are the silver derivatives since 2018. Over double. They aren't pulling any extra silver out of the ground. There's not an increased demand. There's no reason to have silver derivatives doubling in a matter of 3 years. There is no reason unless it's manipulation. That's what these guys at the OCC and the CFTC are paid to do, is to regulate these markets, make sure that no funny business is going on, and it is obvious to anybody who can read their own data that it's nothing but funny business. And the ultimate regulator of all this is the Federal Reserve Bank. That's the root of all evil, and the root of the end game. I was told long ago when I found the Road to Ruta documents out of the Fed Boston that the United States gets to call when this game ends. And when will the United States end the game? When it's no longer in our economic favor to run the game. That's where we are now. We are losing to everybody, China especially. Now's when we pull the plug. Now's when we have to pull the plug. And it's so easy to do. Just buy up all the silver. One hedge fund, Private Advisors Group, LLC, was the reason that silver went to $30, was the reason that everybody got all excited about silver. They thought it was the Wall Street bets guys. It wasn't. It was Private Investors Group. They bought 1/3 of all SLV shares during the first quarter of last year. This is not any kind of secret. It's not a secret. It's right there in the filings. And I've been screaming about this. It's so much more obvious than people think. Buy your silver as soon as you can. Go to roadtoruta.com for other stuff. For example, we just got a new partnership, by the way. The Spurdy sun lamps. Everybody's like, couldn't get their hands on the Spurdy vitamin D sun lamps. You need a special kind of light with the UV rays. And the Spurdy is the best one out there. They've been out, and we were able to get a partnership with them. They said they can supply our customers. Get 10% off with the code ROADTORUTA. Go to roadtoruta.com, hit affiliates, and then you see our C60 partners. Right there, the second one, Spurdy Vitamin D lamps, and they said they have them in stock for Road to Ruta customers. There's the link right there. You click on that, it'll take you right to the order area. Spurdy, you can read all about it. How these Spurdy lamps with the vitamin D lamp can help you. That's why people get sick in the winter. This is not rocket science. It's a lack of vitamin D. And our government won't tell us that, but we know it to be true. They just say, oh no, it's cold in the winter, so that's why you get sick. That's not true. It's the lack of vitamin D. You get vitamin D from the sunshine. Anyway, I am about to go on with Jean-Claude. I'm going to post this up. Make sure you check out the Silver Derivatives Report. You want to know who the criminals are. These 4 banks have so many derivatives. Let me show you how much derivatives these guys have. Now, this is the quarterly derivative report. They even say it. It's not, again, this stuff is not secret. Look at the title of this page of the OCC report. This is out of the U.S. government, page 34. The title of this report is 4 Banks Dominate in Derivatives. Look at that. That's just 4 banks. It is insane. The top 4 banks have $164 trillion in derivatives. All other banks only have $19 trillion. That is insane. These are the 4 banks that trade back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And here they are. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, and Goldman Sachs. There's your culprits. This is not rocket science. The CFTC is asking for an extra $100 million so they can regulate cryptocurrencies. Are you kidding me? They have a $300 million budget and can't even regulate silver. They have to tamp down the price. The regulator tamped down the price of silver. These are criminals. The very last commissioner at the CFTC is leaving in a month. Dawn DeBerry Stump gave her notice that she can't handle the criminality, She's leaving the regulator and on a a commission that's forced to have 5 people that will leave us with only one person on the entire commission. Rustin Benham, the guy who tamped down silver. Is this insane or what? Anyway, that's the story. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.